Welcome to Story by Olivia. Today I am going to tell you the movie story called Wifelike. This is the story of a time when fake, that is, android wives are made, and these wives are exactly like their previous wives. Actually, when someone's wife dies, they put all their memories in this android wife, and due to the same kind of feeling and memories coming inside them, they do all the work that their previous wives used to do, as if they were humans here. Even if they can have sex together, let's take you on the most exciting journey of this era. The film starts by showing a company named Wifelike. Their job was to manufacture the android wife. It means they're actually robots but can look like anyone's wife. Whoever buys android wives does all their work, like cooking and fulfilling all their needs. Android works exactly the same way it was designed. She looks like a real human. If someone puts their dead wife's memories in it, then she will do everything just like her wife. That is why thousands of people were using her. These android wives look and behave like real humans, that some organizations said that they should be treated as real humans. But there was also an organization that kidnapped these androids and freed them in a way that helped the androids live a life like humans. That's why the Wifelike company gave a job to some people to bring back these android wives, who are called agents. One of these agents was William, who was able to bring back a lot of android wives. The manager of Wifelike company says to him, "Your wife is dead, right? But you don't have to worry about it. We have an android wife like yours, in which we have put all your wife's memories, so that you won't feel the absence of your wife. She will love you just like your wife, Meredith." And William takes this android wife and says thank you, and he brings this new Meredith to his house. And he makes her wear his wife's clothes and starts her. Here, android Meredith's behavior was very strange. Because she was saying Meredith instead of me, William teaches Meredith everything, like how to eat, how to walk, how to breathe, etc. William thinks that he will learn everything with time and will treat her like his wife. So no one will even know that she is an android. Now they both go to their rooms to spend the night. But Meredith has to go to another room to charge herself, where she finds the real Meredith's hairbrush and a diary. The next morning, when Meredith was making breakfast for William, some people protested in the news. After seeing this, Meredith asks him, "What do you do?" William says that I am an agent, and I work for the well-being and safety of the people. After this, William goes to the office. Later, Meredith sees herself after putting clothes and makeup on. After that, we saw William, who was talking with his partner about the recent kidnappings of some androids. Here he was also talking about the leader of the abduction company. He asked, "Has there been any news about him that no one knows who he is? Because he only knew his name. They have never seen him." They were also trying to get information about the place, where the abduction organization kept the kidnapped androids. And finally, after a lot of searching, they gets to know about that place. Here, this task is given to William, so that he goes there and brings back those androids to the company. When he reaches there, he sees that an android is running from there. William sees a red current collar around her neck, which was put on by the abduction organization so that they couldn't run away from there. After grabbing her, William takes out her current collar and asks her, "How many people are there in the house where you were kidnapped?" She says that there are a lot of people. Then, when he goes inside, he sees a robber there. He was practicing boxing. William easily kills him and moves to the other room. There was a lab, and he saw that an android was being redesigned for free. In such a short time, a robber arrives there. He had pointed a gun at an android. William threatened him to leave that android. When he does not leave, William kills him with a bullet. After that, the scene shifts to the William house, where Meredith lies on her bed to charge herself, where a dream function starts running, and she goes to the world of dreams, where she meets a boy who will help her in the world of dreams. In her first dream, he shows Meredith at a birthday party. where William welcomes her, but then a girl comes there and starts dancing with Meredith. Then, after a while, she sends him to meet a mask-wearing man. Meredith asks the man wearing the mask, "Who are you?" On which the man shows her a red bird card and says, "You can keep this card. It will be easier for you to remember everything through it." After giving the card, the mask-wearing man leaves. After that, we have shown the company, where William brings back all the kidnapped androids safely, where they all had to be redesigned. Here, 2 senior androids try to irritate William. William finds out that these 2 senior androids are not working properly. It means they are not living the way they should with their husbands. They always get lost. That's why they were brought to this company again and again to fix them. The next morning, Meredith asks her dream man, who helped her in her dream, about the man wearing a mask, and she also tells him to make a list of her old works, which Meredith had done day to day in her life. Here, the boy tells Meredith the list of her works. She is quite surprised to see that the work of sewing is missing there, because after waking up, she was very eager to do the sewing. Here, the boy puts Meredith's list and the work of sewing in her memory. After coming out of the dream, she begins to make the red bird of the card on a pillow cover. The card that the mask-wearing man had given her. After this, she leaves with the cycle. At the very center of the road, she finds a woman standing who is a human. In order to save her, the cycle goes out of her control, and she falls into the bushes. The woman tells her that you have to remember everything quickly. There is very little time. After saying this, she leaves from there. After coming home, Meredith tells William about this. "Today, I met a very strange woman." Then William says, while cleaning her body and clothes, "You should not pay attention to such women. Because some women do not like android wives, they are jealous of them." After some time, Meredith goes to see the pond, which was the favorite place of William's wife. Here she was so happy that, for the first time, she called herself me instead of Meredith. This means that she has started to understand herself. Then she says, "I made a gift for you today." And she shows William the pillow that she made, which he says you made very well. But looking at his style, it seemed he was lying. He did not like this pillow at all. And William reminds her of that one afternoon when we met in the park. You were sitting on the bench, reading a book. After listening to this, Meredith starts to see this time in her memories, but she cannot see the face of the man approaching her. Then, when she was charging herself, she starts reading the diary of the real Meredith. On one page, it was written about her love and the happiness of getting her. Now that she wants to know more about William's wife, she goes back to the dream. After coming to the dream boy does not understand why some memories of Meredith have been blocked. It means some of her dreams were not put into her mind. Then the boy starts showing Meredith the same blocked memories, of which she chooses one. After which, the boy takes Meredith into memory, where she finds herself sitting on the bench. This is the same scene, which William had made her remember. But here, instead of William, the man with the mask comes to her and says that everything started on this bench. Put pressure on the mind, remember? He says that and goes ahead and catches her. And then Meredith goes out of the dream and sees that William has caught her just like that. Then he tells her, "You wake up because of your fear. You must have had a bad dream." After that, when Meredith goes to sleep, then William quietly throws that red bird pillow in the trash can. As soon as William goes to sleep, she starts reading the diary of the real Meredith. She also sees one of her videos, in which Meredith and the boy she loved were in a tent. And then the scene shifts to William, and William gets a job to bring back an android who was kidnapped. He immediately goes to a building to take her. Where she was working, she was living like a human. At William's request, she says that no one has kidnapped me. I ran away from that company against my will, and now I am working here. William does not believe her and asks her to come with him, on which she says that it is better to die than to go with you. After saying it, she jumps out of the window and dies. After that, Meredith sees that the same woman quietly comes and sits in her house. When that woman sees that she is saying me to herself instead of Meredith, then she was surprised and happy. Then she tells him that the masked man wants to meet you, and whatever your husband William told you about the abduction organization was a lie. The truth is something else, and that woman knew that Meredith was recording all his words. Because of this, she leaves a message for William. She takes his name and says that Keen wants to meet you again. After talking about everything, that woman leaves. William brings back that android in the company who jumped out of the window and killed herself, because this is his job. He was also very worried, thinking about why this android wife took her life. At this time, it was being told on TV about android children, that these children will never grow up. Now that he knows this, William starts getting more worried. So he immediately meets the company's manager and starts talking about that android wife and why she took her life, which the manager says that she must have been designed again. That's why she did this. That's why you don't have to be so worried about this. After that scene, sift through the Meredith. Then she starts reading the real Meredith's diary again. And this time she reads the story of her love. On one page it was written that I loved him very much and wanted to run with him. Again, Meredith starts making a red bird on a new pillow. Then, when William comes home, he gets very irritated after seeing that she is making a red bird pillow again. Meredith tells William everything about that woman, and also gives him a message that she left for William. The one from Keen, after listening to his message, William gets very confused, and he calls his friend for help. And he tells his friend that I tried a lot to save Meredith from Keen, but they have controlled Meredith's dreams. Whenever she goes into a dream, she connects herself to Meredith. Her friend says that we will have to go into Meredith's dream to find out about Keen. And then, to find out about Keen, they send Meredith into a dream. And after reaching there, she goes to a haunted house wearing strange, scary clothes, where scary things were kept everywhere. And then that masked-wearing man comes in front of her. And William and his friend were also watching this dream of Meredith on the computer. And that masked-wearing man removed the mask from his face. William and his friend see that this masked man is none other than Keen. Keen calls Meredith to a place by giving her the address. After waking up from the dream, Meredith asks William about Keen, but he doesn't tell her anything, and he reaches that place to kill Keen, where he had called Meredith to meet, but there he found nothing but a masked puppet, and William comes home quickly. Meredith tells him that someone knocked on the door, but when I opened the door, there was no one there. There was only a diary lying on the floor, on which it was written for William. Now Meredith asks William about all these things. He says that actually, the abduction organization and the same man, Keen, who used my wife Meredith for some dangerous purposes, but we removed those bad memories from your mind, so that you don't feel the pain of anything. Now, William video calls his partner and says, Keen has kept Meredith in his custody. Because of this, he has kept an eye on us. That's why we have to send him to the company to erase her memories, and we have to design her again. But before doing this, I want to go to Meredith's dreams and talk to Keen. Then William's partner joins them together to send them to the dream. But Meredith's battery was low. Then William tells her that when your battery remains at 10%, then you wake up, and I will also wake up. In the dream, Meredith sees that she is in a forest. Keen was in front of her. And then William also comes here, who tells Meredith to run away from here. While running, she comes into the birthday party's memory, where both were senior androids, while William fights with Keen and beats him a lot. Then they fight and reach the party where Meredith was. Here, Keen tells Meredith to remember everything. Then he also tells William that no matter what you do, but one day, Meredith will remember everything. After hearing this, William attacks him again. He was just going to kill him. But at that time, Meredith's battery remained at 10%. Because of this, she comes out of the dream and wakes up. And William also wakes up. After being furious, he says, "Oh, *T, what happened?" "I was just going to kill him." But William's partner gets more furious with him, because he also told William that you should just talk to Keen and not do anything else. He says to William that I will never help him again. I just told you to talk, but you beat him up and made his condition worse. Having said this, he leaves from there. Then he tells Meredith that we have to erase her memories, and you will have to design again, and you will learn everything again. But she tells William, "Please don't erase my memories," but he doesn't listen to her, and sends her to the company to design and erase her memories. After coming to the company, Meredith meets all the senior androids. Here, the senior android tells her that we know how to save our memories from being erased, and all the androids sent each other all the details, so that they can help the owner of the abduction organization shut down the Wifelike company. The owner of the abduction organization is not a bad person. In fact, he frees the androids and helps them live a new life. Meredith finds out that both senior androids are being caught themselves again and again to join the other android in this mission. Then she tells him that humans can erase the memories of androids, but not dreams. Then they all lie down here and start sending each other their details. Meredith goes to the dream and tells her dream boy, "That save all my memories in a place where they can't be erased." Now she is being taken to erase Meredith's memories. After some time, Meredith goes to William's house with her new memories. Now, she remembers all the previous roles, like how to eat and how to walk. But she acts as if she has been redesigned in reality, and her memories have been erased. Now William was trying to make her understand, and meanwhile William's companion came. That's why he sends Meredith inside. Here his companion says, "I have found out that Meredith was never your wife. Rather, you killed Keen, who was in love with her friend Meredith." In his murder, his companion moves forward to arrest William, but William killed him with a bullet. Meredith also sees all this and tells William, "I knew all this before." Actually, when Meredith went to William's house to ask for help for the first time, then William kept an eye on her. He started to like her. He wanted to get her at any cost, the purpose for which he secretly started following Meredith and Keen, and one day he arrested both of them. Then he killed Keen, and he brought Meredith with him. It means that Meredith really was not his wife. Then android Meredith tells him that the beautiful words written in the diary, "The memories of the bench and the tent are the memories of Meredith and Keen, not yours." Now that he had brought the real Meredith home, he wanted to make her a good wife. But she hated William and went against all his wishes. After getting tired of her actions, one day William killed her with a red bird pillow and put a ring on her finger so that everyone thought she was William's wife. When William made Meredith's android, he only put in the memories that he liked. After hearing all this, he gets very scared and surprised at how he knew all this. William tells her, "I have tried to give you a good life, where you will never get sick or old in it. Along with this, you will also get my unending love." But William's words do not affect her, because she wants to take revenge for the deaths of the real Meredith and Keen. That's why she attacks him with all her strength. And now she also reveals the secret that the owner of the abduction organization is none other than me. I only freed the androids. Here she sits on William and breaks all his bones. And remembering the real Meredith and Kane, she strangles him with a red bird pillow, just like William killed Meredith. Then she puts her ring there and goes. Then she comes to all her friends, the androids, and says, "I promise you that from today on, you are free. No one will imprison you again, nor will they designate you again." The manager of the Wifelike company says that someone killed our very dear agent, William's friend, and I promise that I will get all those people caught. Whoever is responsible for his death, he gives the responsibility of catching those people to William's android. William's android says, "Get ready, I'm coming." Now Meredith, who was watching him on TV, says in anger, "We are also ready, come." And with this scene, the movie ends here. So this is the full story of the Wifelike movie. If you liked this video, you can also watch the Sisu movie story by clicking on the left and clicking on the right for the invisible girl. I hope you like the video.